What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel, and today I wanted to talk about the Vermont loophole, the registration loophole that is, and what it is, why it could be useful, and how you can do it yourself. So let's get right into it. First of all, what is this loophole? The Vermont loophole is basically just registering your vehicle in the state of Vermont without going to Vermont. So why would you want to do that, you might be thinking? Well, the state of Vermont does not require a title for vehicles that are 15 years or older. So anything 2008 and older will only need a bill of sale to be registered in the state of Vermont. So this can be useful for when vehicles have a missing title, or for some reason you can't get the title. Maybe you bought it off somebody, bought it off a guy, and now throughout 2 or 3 people, somebody lost the title, and now you got to go back 3-4 people to try and bother them to file a title application for you, and you don't want to do that. It's a big pain, right? So that's where Vermont comes in. So a couple of things to note before you dive into this. The vehicle cannot be stolen, obviously. If it's reported stolen or it has money owed on it, you will not be able to do this. The vehicle could not have been issued a salvage title at any point. This does work for motorcycles. However, there is an additional paper you'll have to fill out, and I'll show you that once we get on the computer. It's not a big deal. And then lastly, Vermont will not ask for proof of insurance. However, they expect that the vehicle is insured. Legally, it needs insurance if you're doing this method. All right, so let's hop on the computer. All right, so now on the PC, we're going to go to the internet, and we're going to head to Vermont DMV's website. So you can just go ahead and Google Vermont DMV. Should pop right up first thing. We're going to go there. We're going to click on online services here. Once that loads, we're going to see registration here on the left. Go there. And then new. So once you're on this page, you can scroll down. These are the forms that you're going to need to register your vehicle. You don't need the instructions. Wouldn't hurt to read them, but these two here are the ones you're going to need to print out. But you can fill them out on the computer, and I recommend doing that because it just helps them process it faster. You can print them out and do it by hand if you wanted to, but I recommend doing it on the computer. So I'll open this up. So if you see here, you can type right in the boxes right here. Okay, so first here is the bill of sale and odometer disclosure form. You can fill it out by hand and mail it, like I said, but it really, supposedly it's faster if you do it on the computer, and they have a machine that just scans it. So I'd recommend doing it on the computer if you can, but if that's not an option, you can print it out. This is what the form looks like when you first open it up. So I'll go ahead and pull up my already completed one so you can see what we're supposed to fill out. So here, this is the seller. You're going to put the seller's name, who you bought it off of, and year, make, model, obvious stuff, VIN number, odometer, miles or kilometers. Make sure you check the right one. And then here, you're going to put your name, the date you bought it on, and how much for. For emissions, has the vehicle failed an emissions test in the last 12 months? No. You're going to put your signature here. Not salvaged or not rebuilt. And put the date. Now down here, you're going to need the seller's signature, who you bought it off of. Again, the date and their info. So you'll need their address, their phone number, and I don't think you need their email. If you can get it, great. If not, I don't think it's a big deal. So for here, you're going to put your info again, your signature here, address, phone number, email. And as you fill this out up here, it should transfer down here automatically, so you don't have to type it all again. And then you got your odometer here, reflects actual mileage. And then here again, you're going to put the seller, their info, signature, your info here under the buyer, signature, and that's it for that one. So now, once you're done with that, we'll head to the registration tax title application. So for this one, same deal. It's 2 pages here, but once you fill out the top one, the info is going to transfer to the bottom one. So you won't have to fill it out twice. One is just a copy for you anyways. So this is what it's going to look like when you first open it up. And now I'm going to show you my completed one. So this first page is just telling you what kind of plates they have and a little bit of instructions. So this is a filled out page and what it looks like. I highlighted all the boxes we're going to actually need in green. So anything other than this, don't worry about it. Unless you have a co-owner, then you'd fill out this section, obviously. So first box, you're going to put your name, address, and your email, phone number here. So where it says Vermont license number, you're going to put your license number followed by your state. So for me, I put my license number and then ME at the end, so they know it's a Maine license, because if you're watching this video, chances are you don't have a Vermont license. And then again, you're going to fill out your info here. This is the address where you live. This is the address where you get mail. So if you have a PO box, you would fill out your PO box in the first section, and then this is where your actual address would go. For me, I don't have a PO box. It's all the same. Then we're going to scroll down here to section 4. You want to click new registration, not title. You're not getting a title straight away from this method. You want to register your vehicle in Vermont. That's what we're doing. So check new registration. And then for registration plate type, you're going to check off car. So in box 5, you're going to put again your make, model, year, color, mileage. Make sure you check off miles if it's miles, kilometers if it's kilometers. Your VIN number, number of cylinders, and over here, used, and then select gas or diesel. Now once we get to box number 6, you're going to put your purchase price, how much you paid for the vehicle, and then the NADA value. So at the bottom here, you're going to have your NADA value. You won't be able to put that in as the document is. If you know how to edit a PDF, you'll be able to add a text box there. If you don't know how to do that, just write it by hand once you print it out. So the way the NADA value works is they want a clean trade-in value of the vehicle. And if that value is higher than your purchase price, that's the value you're going to pay your taxes on. And for me, that was the case. Obviously, my Jeep was $400, but the clean trade-in, I'm sure, is more than that. However, I could not find the clean trade-in value. So I used the low retail value instead. So I paid a little bit more, but I wanted to be sure that they weren't going to send my paperwork back and I was going to have to wait another couple weeks to get my plates. So I bit the bullet. I paid a couple extra bucks, but it worked. So if you can't find a clean trade-in value, low retail should be fine. You're probably going to pay a little bit more. So for me, low retail was $32.50. So we're going to take that times 0.06, so 6% tax. So that gives us $195. And then the state of Vermont registration fee is $76. So we're going to add 76 to that, $271. And that would be the value that we put here. Apparently, between when I filled this paperwork out originally and filming this video, the value of my vehicle actually went up a little bit. So that's why my values don't match. But you're going to take your low retail or clean trade-in value right here, times that by 6%, add your registration fee, which is $76 at the time of recording this video. And that's going to be your total here. And that's the value that you're going to write a check for. So in the event that you're doing this for a motorcycle, you're going to have to fill out a VIN check verification form. So you can find that by clicking on forms here. And I'm just going to scroll most of the way down. Okay, it took me a minute to find it, but here it is. Verification of VIN or HIN. Open that up. So in this first section, you're going to put your info. So your last name, first name, your mailing address, email, again, make, model, year. Pretty self-explanatory. And then down here, you're going to have it looked at by, I know a state police officer can do it, maybe somebody at the DMV. They're just going to confirm that your VIN number that you put up here and all the info matches what's on the vehicle. Vermont doesn't want to register something with the wrong VIN number. Basically, they just want to double check, make sure that all the info is correct. So like I said, you need this 100% if you're registering a motorcycle. And I've heard that sometimes people need it for a vehicle. I did my Jeep without this form and it went through no problem. So I would recommend you try it without it. Worst case scenario, they'll send it back. They'll ask you to fill this out. Like I said, you're going to want to print out your page where you got the value of your vehicle. They want to see where you got that value. So for me, it would be this page here, and you're going to print this out and either highlight or circle the value that you used so they know where that number is coming from. Now, once you got that all filled out, you're going to print everything out. Like I said, make sure you highlight that NADA value so that they know where you got that number. And then you're going to fill out a check or money order payable to Vermont DMV. For me, I used a check. I've never used a money order. I don't know how to do that. So I wrote out a check to Vermont DMV for the exact amount that we came up with on the registration page. So you're going to fill that out and put that in your envelope along with the other documents you filled out. And you're going to want to mail that to Vermont DMV. And I will put the address up on the screen here. And I'll also put it in the description. And it's also found on the registration page right at the top. So you're going to mail it there. And the cool thing with a check, well, I'm sure you can track a money order too, but with a check, you can watch your account. And once you see the money come out, you know that they cashed your check, everything's good, your plates are in the mail. So with all that being said, you might be wondering how long this takes. For me, it took almost 2 weeks for them to cash my check and another week to get the plates. And I haven't received my actual registration yet. They send that separately from the plates. So you're going to get your plates, and then a little bit later you're going to get your registration with your stickers. In most cases, I've seen a lot of people say that it took a week for them to cash the check, a week to get the plates, and then maybe another week to get their paperwork and their registration stickers. Now that you have your things, say your registration came in, your plates came in, how do you get a title now? So now you're going to take your Vermont registration to your state's DMV, and you're going to explain to them Vermont doesn't issue titles for 15 years or older. So your registration in the state of Vermont is your proof of ownership now. So with that, you should be able to register your vehicle in your state, and your state will issue you a title. So now you're ready to register your vehicle in Vermont. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful at all, please consider subscribing and like the video, share with your friends so that they can get their next project vehicle registered. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.